exciting, a very special case of the world's first AI-created restaurant, which I am sure Gustavo, for his business, is also very curious how that's going to turn out. A presentation by a man who's done it all. He has an impressive CV and list of associated brands, over 80 different projects in 22 different countries. He is currently managing partner at Think Hospitality. Please welcome on stage James Hacon.
Good afternoon, everybody. We've got a really engaged audience here before lunch. We obviously need to be going to lunch. Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to be getting a bit better than this as we go on, because this is an interactive session. So, I guess 5 months ago, we sat in a room not far from here, talking about what sessions we would host at this event. And I came up with this really stupid idea. That's what I was thinking at 1 a.m. this morning when I finally got to my hotel anyway, that we would create a AI-generated restaurant in 24 hours here, and that's what we're doing. So for those of you that haven't heard of AI, no, I'm just joking. Of course you've all heard of AI. It's doing most of your jobs now, right? That's what you're sitting in here doing, like sitting in the background, doing your jobs. None of us will have jobs in 2 or 3 years' time. No, of course, there's people who would like to think that, but that's not the reality, of course. But this is an experiment. It's meant to be a bit of fun. This is not about replacing people's jobs. This is about seeing if we as a group can select a concept. We're going to do a little bit of work, and Ali from Bench is here to help me. I would say my glamorous assistant, but he told me not to say that, so I'm not saying that, of course. And the way we're going to work this is that we're going to ask a couple of questions to the audience. In the next 12 minutes, we're going to make a decision. I'm then going to go head off, and between using lots of other AI tools, so we're going to use ChatGPT for this 12 minutes, then we're going to use lots of other AI tools to create concept visualizations. We're going to turn those into videos. We're also going to be working with the team here at Jumeirah and the executive chef and his team to come up with recipes and have a 3-course meal on stage right here tomorrow night at around 6 p.m. with this concept. And then on Wednesday morning, we're going to come back and present to you the output of how crazy this is and how much of a disaster it's been. But there we go. Let's get started with this. So we have pre-written a prompt. For those of you that haven't done or used AI at length, call them prompts. We'll pop that up, and I'll talk it through. The value of AI is all about what you write and ask it to do. Let's be clear here. Rubbish in, rubbish out. And please don't get me wrong. Yes, I'm using this a lot. Ali's using it a lot. I'm sure there's lots of you using this a lot. It regularly gets things wrong. It regularly gives you complete rubbish, and the key is about constantly going back and forth within it to try and get as much value as possible. More broadly, and you'll be hearing from other people on this, of course, AI is being used in incredible ways across hospitality. I'm aware of solutions using AI to doing much better enhancement of rostering and service solutions. Seeing AI being used within the whole procurement procedures. We already heard from Gustavo just then about how it's being used for sentiment. But of course, the base principle of anyone involved in marketing will be using this and AI technologies day in, day out. So rubbish in, rubbish out, the prompt. What we had to do is think about, based on current restaurant and food trends, outline 2 potential restaurant concepts that could work for a rooftop restaurant at a 5-star lifestyle Jumeirah hotel property on the Palm in Dubai. Consider the name, cuisine type, design, theming, price point, service style, target guest type, positioning in the market, and the potential competitive set. We're going to ask it to present 2 concept overviews as a proposal that we could use as a board in a board meeting. What we would have done if we had more time is take that output into a presentation solution that would automatically have built out a presentation. And then we're going to say that, of course, there are a number of restrictions. There are restrictions culturally here, legally here, which we've included, but there's also ones just associated with the fact that we've got 24 hours to produce a menu from the kitchen here at this property. So let's go with it. Let's see what it's come up with. And I've run this about 20 times to trial it. And I would say about half the time it comes up with something quite similar. And then half the time it comes up with completely randomness that you probably couldn't track against anything. So we've got our 2 concepts. The first here is Celestia, a Mediterranean garden bistro. not going to read the whole thing out, but plant-forward menu, bold, bright flavors from Southern Europe and the Levant, ensuring it's health-conscious and flavor-driven for flavor-driven diners. AI loves buzzwords. If you've not used AI, if you want to know that your colleagues are using AI for everything they're doing, check out buzzwords, because it loves to stick those buzzwords in. So the cuisine type is going to be Mediterranean from Southern Europe and the Levant, grilled vegetables, meze, flatbread, no luxurious ingredients is what we asked it, so it's pretty much just fed us back what we asked it not to do. So design theming, open-air garden bistro with lush greenery, neutral tones, natural materials, price point 250 to 350 dirhams per person, service style, casual yet refined table service, again, buzzword, 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 warmth and hospitality, exactly ready for our board pack, of course, so nice and easy. Positioning in the market, not really giving us too much, unpretentious, rooftop, without the ultra-luxurious or Michelin star expectation. And it's given us some competitors here, so Gaia, Shimmers, but saying that it's more accessible than these with a casual garden feel. So that's number one. Is anyone liking the vibe of number one? Yeah, a few people nodding in the audience. Well, let's see what number two is. So Noor, contemporary Middle Eastern grill and meze. So this is the two that 50% of the time it comes up with. 50% of the time it doesn't come up with the same name and concept, but it generally comes up, given the restrictions, with Mediterranean and Middle Eastern, which, again, like, if we think about it, the reality of some of those restrictions, that's not necessarily a big surprise. But earlier on, Ali and I were testing it, and it came up with a plant-forward concept, which, of course, we know they're all dying a death, so clearly AI doesn't realize that plant-forward concepts in their own right aren't working at all anymore. So that's why I'm saying what I wouldn't do is go and just build a restaurant from AI. Let's leave that to the ridiculousness of us on stage here today and the chef in the background here afterwards. So we've got here meze concept, small bites. What other things can we pull out? Focus on grilled seafood, poultry, and vegetarian dishes. Again, it's just fed us back the things that we won't be doing. Interior theming, Middle Eastern elements such as patterned tiles, Arabic calligraphy art, desert tones. I mean, it's kind of what you'd expect. And again, this is one of the downfalls unless you really push back and forth. And if we were doing this with a proper scenario, we'd of course be challenging it back and forth. But with 6 minutes 30 on the clock, we don't have time to be doing that, so we're going to run with it. Price point, a little cheaper here, 200 to 300 dirhams per person, so a slight change. Target guest type, local residents, social diners, tourists seeking an authentic Middle Eastern experience. The positioning, vibrant social dining destination, sharing plates, casual, sophisticated rooftop, competing a couple of players here, one in Al-Bar at Palm Jumeirah. So again, it's pulling out some names there. And should we see if it can visualize? Let's see if we can actually get it to do this. For some reason, it worked on my laptop every time. It worked on Ali's laptop every time. We plugged it into the projector this morning, and it wouldn't work. So we'll give it a go. Let's see if we can visualize these, because everyone knows that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and a video is worth 1,000 pictures. So come back on Wednesday, and you'll see the full video of these concepts. That's how this is going to be a bit nuts. So this is, it represents both ideas in one, so I'm not quite sure where the separation is. Okay, so let's stand up if you think that we should run with the Mediterranean concept in 24 hours. Who thinks that we should be running with the Mediterranean concept? We've got, a few. Okay, sit back down. And if you think we should run with the Middle Eastern concept, stand up. Okay, I think the Middle Eastern concept just wins. So Chef will be very happy because he was hoping it was going to go Middle Eastern. So thank you for that. This is going to be super easy now for him at least and his team. Are we seeing if we can get another image up? Yeah. Here we go. So we had to specifically ask it to come up with two different images. I think the images are quite similar to the ones that I was sharing with Jen yesterday that came through. She said, I could imagine these in Jumeirah. It's funny as well that as soon as we said we'd do this morning I must have had 12 people come up to me and say, oh, you're doing the AI thing. Do you know that we've actually built almost a whole concept using AI, was one person's view. The other person came back and told me that my kid tried to get their maths homework done with AI and it's really bad at maths. And of course, we all know this story. But let's run, so this was our Middle Eastern concept. Let's ask for, this is the one we're going to run with. So let's ask it to come up with some more details. I think we're going to ask for an outline menu. So we're going to ask for 5 mains, 5 starters, 5 desserts, so that we can give them to chef. And then he's going to pick one of each of those to be able to serve on stage here tomorrow. And has anyone got any restrictions or any ideas that you'd like me to throw into the mix here for the chef? Who's that, sorry? Let's go and find you. Who's got an idea? There we go.
Some allergies. Let's put some allergies in there.
Some allergies. Okay, which allergies should we? Celiac, okay. So a whole audience tomorrow night is celiac. The chef is really going to love you guys. So let's hope that you guys aren't going to be at the dinner tomorrow night. So we've got a few here. Kind of, I guess, what you'd be expecting. Again, this is the really interesting thing, is that a lot of it becomes quite generic. Should we throw in a bit of a curveball here just to see whether it can come up with something a little bit different? Let's say that we really let's ask it specifically to come up with, what should we throw? Oh, let's throw in our celiac. Can you spell celiac? I'm not sure I can spell celiac. Let's say that we need the whole menu to be gluten-free, and let's see what it comes up with.
Are we going with the Middle Eastern one?
Yeah, Middle Eastern.
What do you think?
And gluten-free.
Sorry?
Gluten-free, celiac.
Ah, I get it now.
It's okay. It's when the human can't understand is the issue. So he's going to wish he hadn't volunteered at this point, right? So. Okay, so it looks like chef's going to be cooking either a hummus trio with fresh vegetables, falafel with tahini, so gluten-free falafels, salad, chicken skewers, grilled halloumi. I think that we have a few challenges here, but we'll pick up on that with chef. Mixed grill. Actually, I guess that the gluten-free thing here is a pretty easy ask with the cuisine type. But we'll pick all of that up. And then let's finish off by asking the AI the most stupid question in the world. Let's ask it what it thinks of the fact that we're creating an AI-based restaurant. Because what we have found testing this out is that AI definitely supports other AI. So for sure, there's a robot taking over the world thing going on here. The AI is definitely trying to promote itself over any human element. So let's watch out and see the response. So creating an AI-driven restaurant concept is exciting and forward-thinking. I knew it wasn't going to say it was a really poor idea. Just knew it. So it's innovative in differentiation, personalized dining experience. There we go. It's all the things that we'd expect it to say. And should we ask it what we think could go wrong? Oh, here we go. Potential challenges. Balancing tech with tradition. That's definitely a big one. And maintaining a human touch while AI, I guess that's what we're all kind of concerned with more generally in life, isn't it? Being taken over by AI. And tomorrow, those of you, we've got 6 spots left for the dinner. So if anyone wants to come for dinner and try this menu, come grab me. It'll be the first 6 people. We'll be picking up the hypothesis base, seeing how it runs. And of course, the risk is that this could go horribly wrong. I'm sure it won't, because the team at Jumeirah won't let it go wrong. I'm quite sure, from purely a PR standard alone. Let's see whether it works out. See you back here on Wednesday morning, and we'll be able to show you a video end-to-end of the additional work that's gone on behind the scenes. But hopefully, that's a nice 12 minutes to get you into lunch. Wish me luck. Thank you.